Fuck both of you guys. That's the energy I want to start this with.
Yeah.
Look, I'm glad to be here, but fuck you guys.
I'm glad to be here, but I hate both of you. So you
That's
figure
fair.
it out.
That's fair. I get
I
it.
just love digital environments.
I just want to participate in this conversation, but in no way do I want to listen to what you have to say.
Fair.
All right, guys, we're going to do a quick clap it in.
Let's clap it in.
What's up, everybody? It's On Fire Tonight with Josh and Tressa. We are here today to hang out with comedy writer on strike, Gabe Gronli. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much, Gabe Gronli.
Cheers, cheers, cheers.
Thank you. Thank you for the spirited intro. Thank you for having me.
Air horn, air horn, air horn.
On Fire Tonight. That's the one where we eat spicy chicken wings.
That's
until
right. That's right.
right.
You should have been mailed some through UPS.
We're going to ask you increasingly personal questions the spicier the wings go.
Right.
It's a weirdly successful format.
Yeah, I never would have predicted that it would go so long.
I
Didn't
paid
see it
off
coming.
my house in a week. It was crazy. First off, what's your wildest fetish? I don't want to know that. Please don't tell me.
Yeah,
No.
I
Anyway.
won't. It wouldn't.
Tressa, why do you always take it there?
Because it makes me uncomfortable, and that's fun.
So just to give you a little bit of background, maybe why Tressa started off there. So we were covering, so we've like suspended talking about shows and movies for the time being while both writers and actors are on strike. We felt like the best way to support striking unions is not to do anything that might be promotional for new or old stuff. Anyway, we had been watching a show that we both enjoyed as like tweens to young teens, and Tressa made a joke about a character being tied up in one episode being Shibari, and then like episode after episode there were like people tied up in like increasingly ornate ways and we were both like, holy shit, what signals were being sent to our young brains?
What did we learn? What series was this?
Well, Tressa's gonna backmask it in the edit, despite the fact that I don't think she should, but it was called Friday the 13th, the series.
Sure, of course. Yeah.
You're familiar with it?
Yeah, I mean, I know of its existence. I don't think I've seen much of it.
It's a really fun show.
I've just seen like a super cut of all the people being tied up. Like that. Like over and over and over and over. But I haven't seen the show.
Yeah, I mean, I only watch the clips on Pornhub, but yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's long, though.
So you're not discussing that, and you might potentially backmask that out of solidarity?
Yeah, I mean, Josh doesn't
That's
think
really
it's a problem, so if it's not a problem, I won't. I don't.
I mean, I don't know. I think that like if it's not what we're really talking about, but it's just like a reference point or like the punchline to a joke or blah blah blah.
I'm just not going back to edit shit because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
That sounds time consuming.
I know.
Thank
Same
you.
team, same team, same team.
It's hard to imagine that anyone would get after you for promoting Friday the 13th, the series at this time, but you never know. I appreciate the solidarity. I appreciate the solidarity. I really do.
I think, yeah, I mean, we'd rather just err on the side of caution.
Right.
What are the rules? Maybe you guys know this more than I do, despite being both WGA and SAG, but like, what are the rules?
Are you in SAG too?
Yeah, man.
I didn't know that. Good for you.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
wait, are you pulling for one union to get a deal and for the other one to get fucked over?
Yeah, that's how unions work. Yeah.
Right? Because they're at odds with each other.
Yeah, exactly.
There's an idea of scarcity. Only one person can get the cookie, and I don't want you to have it.
I believe strongly in pitting working people against each other. I just think
Great.
I've seen it be a good tactic for a bunch of people. So
It always works.
I'm gonna, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the winning team, which is, subjugation of workers.
I know that SAG has come out to podcasters specifically and said, regardless if you're getting paid or not, please do not do rewatch shows because it promotes and wants people to go and watch those shows. If you have a contract, fulfill that contract. But if you do not, if you profit or not, please don't do this. So that's what we're doing.
Cool. That's I didn't know what the ins and outs of the podcast rules are. That's interesting.
It is.
And
I don't.
Yeah.
Especially with like such an old show, but it's fine. I will do this for
Totally.
you specifically, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate your site-specific solidarity with just me.
But this show is not just about the trials and tribulations of Gabe Gronli,
And
the
us.
struggles.
How weird would it be if it was? But this was the first time I was on.
Yeah, we have 177 episodes. We're thrilled to finally have the star himself.
I can't believe we finally got you.
It would be so disconcerting to find out someone was podcasting about you without you knowing it.
Right?
It would be really horrifying.
Oh. Now I'm imagining that happening.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if you're a public figure, that probably happens all the time.
Yeah, sure.
But like in the age that we live in now, almost anyone could be considered a public figure.
Should we pick someone and start a podcast?
Yes.
About that?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Cool.
I'm all in. Just gotta watch the socials.
Got like a high school yearbook and just pick somebody.
Totally.
Actually. I mean, seriously. A whole podcast about your high school bully. Just go through everything. Oh, man.
Oh, but I wouldn't want to give airtime to someone bad. I'd want to pick somebody that I just want to like promote for some reason.
No, I want to drag someone through the mud. I want
No. Like,
guys, you're just talking about two different kinds of genres of podcasts.
That's true. That's
perfectly fine.
Lucia was the coolest. She was really nice to everybody. She was the senior class president. Honestly, everyone loved her, and for good reason. She was delightful.
I'd love to hear more.
I'm glad because we've got a whole series.
I want to hear from her classmates.
One after another after another.
Who was that again? I'm 49 years old. I don't remember my teachers.
Oh, but everybody remembers Lucia.
Are you talking about the name of the show? Everyone remembers Lucia?
Yeah.
Oh, we can't talk about that during the strike.
I had a sketch comedy group in high school, and we would do like shows we do shows like at our high school for like some called like Spring Week of the Arts and stuff. And we picked somebody we knew who was like, we were kind of friends with, and she was really nice, like a perfect, like everyone really liked her. And we just like would use her name or her like picture in sketches. It was like we all thought it was really funny, and she was just so confused. Like she was like, what? Like it wouldn't necessarily do bad things, but we would just make reference to her. But she was just like a very like nice and innocuous presence. It's a worthless in-joke benefiting nobody.
I love that. It's like she's the celebrity of your sketch, and like
Yes.
Nobody gets it unless they go to your school and go to those classes. I love it.
Exactly.
But it was like all for an audience that would have known that reference.
Right. And really the audience was her, because we just wanted to see how weirded out she would be when we just like said her name for no reason.
That is
So
also
did you
very
do
fun.
that for more than one show, or was there one show that was themed around her?
No, we just made like one reference like every year we would do this show in school, and we would make sure that we referenced her every year. And I really don't know why. But
Because it's very funny.
thank you. Oh, God, I wish you had been in the audience for these shows. We really could have used that sort of support.
No,
Do
I would
you
have been
ever
playing
like
hooky.
do you or other members of the group like write in her first or last name just as like a character name when you need like a reference point, but it's not like it's really about no one, but like it's a funny joke just to you?
Used her name. We made a pilot like years, like you remember this is probably like it was like 15 years ago now or something.
Yeah, I think I even like helped out a little bit on it.
I think you did. Yeah, we just made like an independently produced pilot, and we used her name for one of the characters that Anne played, who was on Fire Tonight.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Anne.
Our elf expert.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alf docent.
Yeah, so when I make friends with people, because like I have kept my friends from like early childhood through high school, I have to make friends with all of their early childhood friends also. So Gabe and I work together, and then now I'm friends with all of his childhood friends.
Because Josh makes friends easily.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you get it. Yeah.
I think it's weird that you guys know people for so long. I can't.
Oh, but if you had known Lucia, you'd
I
understand.
know. I keep hearing these things about her. She seems amazing.
It is. I was going to ask if you had kept the childhood, because for some reason that it was like formative, and I am still really good friends with all of those people. They're like still my closest friends. Which is, but also kind of weird. Like,
well, I mean, I have high school friends, but I don't hang out with them because I'm just kidding. Because they live in a different town. It's fine. Whatever. They're great.
Because in some ways you grew up or something.
Yeah, I am a different person than I was in high school. As
what I like
all
to do
are,
is
I think.
maintain friendships from high school so that you all force each other to stay the same. You can badger each other if anyone gets out of line and turns into shows any sort of growth.
That's a really good plan. I should have seen ahead and done that.
Yeah, rather than, supporting, I think you'd be great at this. Yes, take a step into the unknown. That's nothing you've ever done before, nor should you.
Exactly. Before you do that, like you should really, be getting a B in Spanish or whatever. Like that's it's weird.
C. No, I'm saying yes, not that they should get a C rather than
a C. Oh, I see. Is it all right that I'm inadvertently promoting prebiotic soda since I just had the stomach flu?
Please do. The people need to know.
Yeah, we'll just be sure to blur it.
Yeah.
Well, Tressa, be sure to track a blur on the can.
Yeah, sure. I'm on it.
Guys, you can rotoscope in a different can, actually.
Yeah, I had it.
Just like something kind of like Greeked out. Just that'd be great.
Oh, not like an existing can that you wish to promote over the one that you're drinking.
No, one that says like "On Fire Tonight" and has faces on
nice.
it.
I was thinking white with just soda around it, like generic. Did you guys have generic beer in the East Coast?
Oh, he grew up in Madison.
I'm from Wisconsin.
Oh, so you're from around here.
Yeah. And
nice.
You're fib, from what I understand?
I don't know what that means.
Yes! Gotcha! I explained this to the aforementioned Ryan Dinello. People in Wisconsin refer to people from Illinois, particularly the Chicago area. It's fucking Illinois bastard.
I am now, but not originally. I grew up in Nebraska.
Oh, okay. Nice.
No, but yeah.
Okay. Also fair. Yeah, that's fine. Where did you grow up in Nebraska?
Omaha.
I've never been. You don't
No,
recommend
wait.
it?
I mean,
Okay.
if you like to look at pro-life billboards while you're driving downtown, go for it. It's super fun.
You know what? They have that shit in fucking downtown Boston now too. Not like a ton of them, but it's like, why the fuck is this here? Like, why the fuck is this here? Like steps from Mass General, steps
Awful.
from the State House.
Because money goes everywhere now. It doesn't matter where it is.
Yeah, totally. It has nothing to do with the location. It's all, funded by groups that,
They're super fun and cool.
I thought that the only billboard allowed in Boston was the sicko sign.
Yes, by law.
Yeah, that was my understanding. So that's, to me, you should be able to take those down.
Right. Once Ellis the Rim Man went out of business and his famous sign was no longer up, it was just Sitco, and that's it.
I have no idea what that means.
There was a business like selling rims for cars, and the guy's name was Ellis the Rim Man. And so if you were from Boston, you would think this was hilarious. We did the first season of The Last of Us, but really that was just a backdoor way of me talking about Boston geography for like the entire time.
That's how they teach Boston geography in schools now.
Yeah.
It's post-apocalyptic storylines. So wait, where's Cheers in relation to that?
Post-apocalyptic Cheers is a good idea for a show.
Oh, I like that.
I think that there was a video game that has that for real.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like, I'm not sure what it was, but there's like a post-apocalyptic thing and you can go into like every building and every space and there's like a Cheers.
That's really fun.
You don't know what it was though?
Josh heads are gonna have to look it up and write me in. Yeah, Tressamaniacs if you're on it. And if you're in the Gabe hole, definitely give a shout out.
Oh my God. The Gabe.
That's what your followers call themselves. They're in the Gabe hole.
That's
They're
awful.
Gabe holes?
No, they're not. They're not Gables. They're in the Gabe hole.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's not good.
The House of Seven Gabe holes.
This is, man.
All right.
This is another reason I hate people who like me. No taste.
Fair.
Do you guys want to play Would You Rather?
What do you got?
Yeah.
I kind of went through the cards and tried to pick out the bad ones, but we'll see.
Okay.
Would you rather have to grow, hunt, and kill your own food, or eat only Taco Bell for a year?
Taco Bell. What nonsense is that? Like, who would ever choose the other thing? I've consistently chosen the not growing hunting thing for my whole life. Why would I change now?
I don't know. I just figured that you would want the
healthier option.
Alternative. Yeah. Although Taco Bell does have some healthy alternatives.
Yeah,
I don't know. Taco Bell in the 90s.
Supreme.
Like, it's been a long time since I've truly enjoyed Taco Bell. Like, my memories of Taco Bell as a teenager sometimes make me get Taco Bell and I'm like, this ain't it.
You know, I think it has changed because they brought the fries back and the fries were not as good.
Ooh. You don't go there for the fries though.
No, but when they had them, I did because they were amazing. They tasted
I go
like
there for a true south of the border experience.
Absolutely. Muy authentico.
Uh-huh.
See, I got a B in Spanish.
I've always enjoyed my Taco Bell experience. I haven't had it in a minute, but it always scratches the itch. It's a consistent product. I'm a vegetarian.
Right?
They allow some good vegetarian substitutions. They have a vegan Crunchwrap Supreme that I haven't tried yet, and I intend to. So
I just want to give a quick shout out to our latest sponsor. That's Taco Bell. Check out the Crunchwrap Supreme and tell them On Fire Tonight sent you.
It's okay. The WGA and SAG won't stop us from talking about Taco Bell.
Okay.
Wait, Tressa,
Yeah.
you would also choose Taco Bell,
Oh,
yeah?
duh. Oh, yeah, of course. They have fried food. Yes, absolutely. I can't grow a fucking garbage tomato. I'm not going to be able to, like, grow any of my... And I'm not killing anything. No,
yeah.
Absolutely not. Okay.
I mean, if I had... it just sounds so time-consuming. Honestly, like, I'd like to have the skills, but I wouldn't want to have to rely on them.
Right.
Yeah.
I can't. I wouldn't be able to.
And
I would starve to death.
Taco Bell, you're just happy all the time.
Exactly. Just fucking happy.
I mean, unlimited refills of Dr. Pepper. Thanks, Dr. Pepper.
Baja
Incredible.
Blast. Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
And if you're going to a cantina,
oh, shit.
hello.
Yes.
Frozen margs, baby.
But like they're made with like a wine, technically, I think.
Oh, is it? I've actually never had the frozen. I don't think I've had any liquor from them.
Well, that's the thing is I think they can't sell like liquor, but they do want to sell something marg like. And so they have some sort of like, something that's, I'm sure it's like a fortified wine or something. And they add it. And you know what?
Whatever. I will take it.
I mean, if it's that versus growing a plant.
If it's like way too sweet and neon, I will drink it.
Oh, Josh, I have great news.
What's up? All right, I got another one that's less food centric.
Oh, speaking of neon drinks, I threw a giant cucumber in the blender and drank it, and it's just like the color of neon green. It was amazing.
All right. It tastes like cucumber?
Yeah, very refreshing.
That's great.
What about some lime juice in there or like mint?
I tried that. It actually, I think because I used the skin because I want it to be super, super green, it was kind of bitter. And then adding lime juice was like, holy cow, that's too much. And then I threw in
water.
That would have been a good choice for sure. I did another one with like some frozen melon, and then it was just like this amazing slush. And also very, very green.
Josh,
let me tell you more stories about juicing. And yes, I do mean steroids.
Juice Wingstein. He's here.
So Gabe and I used to be, well, let's say we still are, but we've been on a long hiatus in an improv group. And one of the members wrote to all of us using the wrong names for every person that we still call each other now, like decades later.
Juice Wingstein is a great name.
Good Groobly.
That's also good.
We had Mag C, Arne Johansson.
Yes. We have to get one for Tress.
Oh shoot. We're gonna have to pull in what's his face?
You gotta make it authentic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say truss. Is that something?
Is that like a corset for men?
Yeah.
So
which,
perfect.
Hey, yeah. Hello. Let me just pull that in for you, man. Okay, so
again, always.
Shabari. Would you rather be handcuffed to the most annoying person you know for 24 hours or go camping with someone who likes you but you don't like back? It doesn't say in what level they like you or in what situation that would be, but it's still camping, so I'm going to say the first one.
I'm going camping.
Oh.
You're gonna go camping?
Yeah.
How come?
I think camping's fun and I love attention.
2 valid reasons. I hate camping. I feel like everyone in my life is the most annoying person, so who gives a shit?
So it's like you're already handcuffed.
I'm already in hell every
time.
day.
Yeah, I think I'm going camping. I think I'm going camping for basically the same reasons as Gabe. I think I like to go camping. It's like a fun activity to me. And
Too much work.
I think honestly, I think it would be very difficult to have like that time together with a person where you have a clearly unequal relationship that way.
But what if you accidentally fall in love?
Well, I could ask you the same thing with the handcuff scenario.
That's
Yeah.
what I was talking about, the handcuff scenario.
That's true. Okay, yeah.
That's how it works in every movie, so it has to
That
work.
is true. That is true.
Yeah. I mean, if you're in a movie and you get handcuffed together, you are either mortal enemies or you're destined to fall in love.
Or both.
You usually go from one to the other. Yeah.
Those are the rules.
Yeah, them's the breaks. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're signing up for that, you gonna fall in love with the person you're most annoying person in your life. All right.
Yeah. Love
There are a
feels.
lot of annoying people.
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ. I'm running through a mental Rolodex and I'm like, hey.
Just throw some names out. Let's go.
Yeah. Call him out, Josh.
Well, not Lucia because she's so nice.
Oh,
universally
how could you
loved.
possibly?
Why would you even bring that up, Josh?
I'm saying.
Yeah.
Also, I'd like to shout out the makers of probiotic soda. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Really get me back after my stomach bug.
Feel better, my friend.
It's
Hey, have
cool
you
that I'm
guys
on the
noticed that,
toilet
like-
right now, right?
What's that?
No, I can't tell. You're all
What's that?
blurred out.
Cool. What were you saying, Josh?
I don't even remember. So
Oh.
Gabe's on the toilet. Again.
Shout out my Gabe holes. I'm on the toilet again.
It'd be hilarious if you during this time off created a social media presence of just being on the toilet that really took off. People are always checking in with this influencer on the toilet.
Are you guys checking out Toilet Gabe's stuff? It's really. It doesn't sound like you would like it, but you really end up. He really brings up some good points.
Insight.
I didn't know that it would go to anti-Semitism so fast.
I mean, I
He got there
expected
faster
to.
than most people, which is, I think, is commendable. Most podcasts take a couple 100 episodes. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tracy. I think you had a different would you rather for us?
I guess so, sure. Ooh, not that one.
Oh, now I want to know.
Oh, it's just dumb. Nah. Okay. Would you rather be able to erase people's memory or predict their future? Now, Josh, we're not going to say this is a negative erase people's memory. We're going to say they're having a hard time and you want to help them. That's my input.
So I can only use it for good.
No, I don't give a fuck, but Josh always goes to the bad place.
Well, I mean, I always see these things through the prism of like ironic twist endings.
Mm-hmm.
Like recently, Tressa asked, I think it was, would you rather be famous for writing a book that inspires people and then I forget what the other thing was, but it was like, clearly if you write a book that inspires people and you're famous, the book is Mein Kampf.
I hate that you
Clearly?
go right. Your idea of inspiration is hate. Like, not, you know what? I'm gonna make myself a better person. I'm gonna eradicate a whole section of humanity instead.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying I choose the other thing.
I know, but like your idea of inspiration is twisted.
But it doesn't say inspires them to do good. It just says
Right,
inspires.
but you went straight to the bad place, and I don't get
Yeah.
that.
But that's the way these deals work.
There's no deal.
Like that's the contract. The
These are not
contract is-
cursed objects. These are would you rathers.
All right. So I'm sorry. I'll step back.
You're
guys
playing
dig
cursed
in.
monkey paw at all times.
Every day.
And Josh, it doesn't have to just be Mein Kampf. I mean, Salinger inspired the murder of John Lennon. You know, it's, he inspired Mark David Chapman.
That's true. That's true. There are a lot of inspirational books out there.
It's true. Exactly. Yeah.
The Jodie Foster bio, nearly doing great work. Nearly.
It was because he had read so much about her.
Yeah, I think there was an article in Teen Beat, maybe.
This is incredible. This
Well, I
gives
know
me
what
an
I have to
idea.
do to get her attention.
Okay, so I'm sorry. What was the question? Was erase memory?
Or predict their future. I guess you can't do either of these things for yourself.
I can already predict people's futures pretty well.
Okay, settle down.
I knew you'd say that.
Say more.
God damn it.
Walked into it.
I know.
But here's the thing. I think that if you erase someone's memory for good, they ask you, I wish to forget this trauma or something. Even whatever led them to that trauma, they're still that person. They're going to reenact that thing.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
I don't. It's not making sense in my brain. Lay it out
So,
step by step.
So like, let's say you are in a relationship and you have a terrible breakup and you're like, I wish I could forget that I ever met you.
Mm-hmm.
You come to me. I can perform that by just the laying of hands. You leave having forgotten the person that you broke up with completely. And now maybe you meet that person again or someone just like them for the same reasons that you were attracted to them in the first place. You have learned nothing. And and now you're going to go through it all over again.
Counterpoint.
Counterpoint.
I agree with you on that. I don't think that people should forget experiences like that, even if they are painful. You learn from them, whatever. Actual trauma. You are assaulted. There's nothing to be learned from that. Just trauma, and you have developed psychological issues from it. I wouldn't mind erasing that memory for them.
Well, but it could lead them to learn self-defense and then feel differently confident.
And then feel like, why couldn't I have done this before? Why did I let this happen to me?
Well, no, now I know I can leave the house and
or
feel
not.
afraid.
Or maybe they never leave the house ever again. Absolutely not.
Whoa.
No.
Or counterpoint.
Yep.
You erase the memory of the traumatic incident, making them not have the rightful fear of the thing that they were already traumatized by. So they get traumatized all over again.
So it's the victim's fault they got assaulted.
Oh my God.
Is what you're saying.
No, I'm saying it's Tressa's fault. I'm saying it's Tressa's fault.
My fault.
Josh, I'd like to point out that your example for the memory loss was the film Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
I wasn't going to say anything, but yeah.
Which was shot half a block from both of us.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And yeah, well, I think you shouldn't be promoting that movie that way.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sorry.
Apologies to Michel Gondry. Kate Winslet, I know that after our breakup, you took it very badly, but I have not forgotten you. David Cross with a small part, and Mark Ruffalo.
Jesus Christ.
And,
All right.
mhm. A young and handsome Jim Carrey.
And the best boy and the electric and who are you gonna name him?
Seriously.
Somebody erase this guy's memory, am I right?
Who else was in that movie? There
Who
were like a lot of
cares?
people.
Yeah. Usually there are. Am I being a dick? I'm sorry.
Josh?
I said, am I being a dick? I'm sorry.
Oh, I mean, usually.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. I'm sorry, Gabe. We were talking at the same time. Go ahead.
Oh, I think I would go with memory. Wait, well, actually, you know what? Before that, clarifying question.
Yeah.
Can you change the person's future once you know it?
I think they can if you tell them.
They can. Okay. That changes things for me because I don't want to know the future really. Like I'm already anxious as it is with the amount of information I have about where things are going, that I don't need much more in the future. But if I could alert people, like,
so the prognostication is if you continue on this path, X, Y, and Z will happen, but you have a choice.
Right. Or it's like, you know, like, hey, like look out for you know, the bus tomorrow. Like don't get hit, you know, look both ways before you cross the street from now on. Like if I have that kind of ability to help people, maybe I would.
But then it's like, well, fuck, I'm never leaving the house because the bus is always outside. I hate it. I hate it. It would make me so full of anxiety because do I tell this person what's going to happen or do I let them live their life? After I told this other person, they changed everything they were going to do and it got fucked up more. Like, that's too much responsibility.
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I'm going with memory. I think especially with that point in mind, I'm going with memory.
Yeah.
And then I'm using it to like rob stores and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
obviously,
you didn't see nothing, you know?
Yeah. I wish I had thought
I'm
of
just
that.
gaslighting about town.
Oh man, I would be the greatest thief of all time.
Yeah.
I would only do the pettiest of crimes. I'd be so petty.
You could just go to people and ask for their wallet and then make them forget they gave it to you. It's so easy.
Totally.
Well, it's not like you hypnotize them.
No.
You're like, give me your wallet.
Okay, fine. Hey, can I see your wallet real quick? Oh, yeah, sure. That's what people do.
That's a normal thing, sure.
Well, been there, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the other day, a girl came up and was like, hey, can I use your phone to look up something? And I was like, no, but I'll look it up for you. Like, that's...
She's like, it's pornhub.com. Shabari,
No, I mean,
please.
I was like, I already have the tab open.
That's up. Don't worry about it.
No, she wanted directions. And I'm like, I can give you directions. I'm not handing my phone to a stranger.
Totally. That's the right call. I'm like, I have my credit card stored in there and stuff.
Right.
Like, no.
Who in this world, in this day and age, thinks, I mean, if it was like, I need to make an emergency phone call.
Totally.
Which it was not.
Right.
You know, but it wasn't that. It was, I need directions. Just ask like a normal person, dude.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine needing to make an emergency phone call, so I don't know what that situation would be. Accident.
I mean, you know, if your phone dies, all of a sudden
you need to make a phone call.
I mean, you do probably.
It's like, you know, you're on a bus that's been hijacked. If it goes below 55 miles an hour, it's going to explode.
Right.
Your phone's dead, you know.
Yeah,
stuff like that.
Normal stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw that one. Was it good? Are we allowed to say whether or not it was good?
I mean,
You
we
know
didn't
what?
say the
Don't
names,
answer the question. Do not answer the question.
Fine. Yes.
It exists. It was very popular. I'll say this: the second one is not good. I'll say that.
That's on a cruise ship?
Yeah.
It is?
Yeah.
And that has what's his name from Lost Boys?
Yeah.
Alex Winter? I don't know who you're talking
I
about.
wish. The saxophone man?
Tim Capello?
Yeah.
Wait, what's his name?
The sexy sax man is Tim Capello.
Tim Capello. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, and Tress, I'll send you the photo. Aden, who you both know slightly, he came on to discuss an episode of Kolchak with us, the Night Stalker.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which is like a pre X-Files show. Anyway,
yeah.
He dressed as a version of Sexy Sax Man once for Halloween, which was a very polarizing costume because he was blasting into a saxophone at this party.
Was it a real saxophone or a toy sax? Oh,
no, it was a real
boy.
saxophone. It was great.
I would hate it.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah.
You were there, Gabe.
I was?
You were there.
Oh my God. Okay, then yeah, this does sound familiar.
I don't remember your costume.
I feel like I remember Aden getting kicked out of a party or a bar, but again, that, you know, it doesn't have to be this event.
I was dressed kind of like a medieval king.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay.
But you weren't annoyingly playing a saxophone or anything.
No.
Good call.
No. It was
smart.
Anyway, the guy that was in that sequel was not Tim Capello, but the guy who played Michael in Lost Boys. None of us are allowed to look up.
Nope. Why wouldn't anyway?
It's okay, Tressa, we'll stop talking about it. I can see this is stressing you out.
No,
so
I just
much.
I got a headache like instantly for no reason, and I was just rubbing my head. It's nothing you said, Josh, I swear.
Okay.
Do you frequently get headaches for no reason, or is it Josh related?
No, sometimes. I don't know. Does that answer that? No, I don't.
Gabe,
so
you've been
are
out
we all
picketing.
going? I have.
Yeah.
Not for like the last week and a half.
You've been laid up. You've been sick.
Yeah, exactly. Because I've either been in bed or on the toilet, and
just shouting out to the Gabe hole. Toilet Gabe.
Getting a lot of good thinking done on the John today. Thought I'd hop on the airwaves, let everyone know.
Oh, I can't wait for this TikTok series.
But yeah, I have been out picketing before that, and yeah, today is day 101 of the writer's strike. And I was sad to miss yesterday's picket for 100. I think just I don't know, just because it's a nice round number. It sounds, you want to like be a part of it,
right? You could. I see F. Murray Abraham was out there.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
He's still
amongst.
alive?
Yeah, and he's still doing great work.
He's striking. Do
you think anyone said to F. Murray Abraham, "Get a job, you stupid hippie"?
Yes. In his lifetime? Yes.
No, I meant. I just meant on the picket line.
I know.
Sure. I did have somebody yell, "Get a job" from a car while we were picketing.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and you were just like, "What?" Like, I think you really misunderstand.
What is okay?
that's the whole point. Like we're trying to get jobs that are worth having. Like I don't think you get it. But otherwise, people have been on the other side of that. People, I also had a car pull up and they handed us like a 6-pack of beer,
Nice.
which was
Nice.
really nice. They were just like, here you go, like good for you. Like, okay,
Nice.
That's
go
great.
get 'em. Yeah. So I think it's mostly been that, but there was one where we got yelled at, and I was just shocked.
I
That's
haven't seen Scabby out. Scabby is the big inflatable rat. Has Scabby been there at all?
Scabby was there definitely week 1 for
Okay.
the first couple days. Scabby was out and was one of the bigger celebrities there. It's
It's Scabby.
F. Murray Abraham,
Right.
Scabby, Cynthia Nixon. They're all you just kind of, this is where you go to see those people all hang
Right.
out.
Yeah, I never thought that I would vote for Nixon, but turns out.
I'm glad we have her to kick around.
Absolutely.
I saw oh God, what I can't think. Oh, Curtis Armstrong.
Oh, nice.
I've seen multiple times on the line.
Oh my God. I would have trouble not like I don't get starstruck, and I mostly, like, if I see a famous person, I don't even engage them at all. But I feel like I would have to say something to him. He's such a piece of my childhood.
Yeah. It's weird the people who you actually get starstruck by in that way, because there's like some
Yeah.
people who you're like, oh, I would never have anything to say to you, but like, yeah, like there's a certain like level where you're like, oh my God, yeah, you almost feel like you know them in some way, or like because they're not as famous as other people,
Right.
you feel like they're approachable. But I almost wonder if that means that they just get approached all the time in a weird way. Like,
Almost certainly.
it must be hard for him to walk down the street without somebody yelling booger at him. Like that's got to be hard. That's not, But man, he's great. And yeah, I saw him multiple times on the line, and I was like, I respect it. I was happy to see him.
That's awesome. Was that sort of your biggest starstruck on the picket line?
I think so. Here's the thing. There's definitely been people who are like more traditionally famous than Curtis Armstrong. But that is the one that I was just like, whenever anyone's like, who have you seen on the line? I'm like, Booker, obviously.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. What's his name in not One Crazy Summer, but in Better Off Dead? He's a great character name in that too. I forget what it is. Anyway.
Lamar? No. Wait.
Shit.
When I saw him, like there were people who were doing like call and response on like a bullhorn when we were picketing, and Curtis Armstrong was there, and one of the calls and response had like, I forget exactly what it was, which is not helpful, but it ended with like, pay your nerds or something. And like I think a lot of people just kind of like gave like a little side look to see how he was reacting, and he was kind of chuckling. We're like, he knows we all think of him.
In Better Off Dead, he was Charles DeMar.
Charles DeMar.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. That's great.
This mountain is pure snow. Do you know what the street value is?
I wonder how many times I saw that scene before I knew what it meant.
Right? There's something there, but you don't exactly know what it means.
Yeah, it's like my dad's laughing, but I don't really know. Yeah.
I saw that so many times in the theater, like week after week.
Jealous.
He's also in Moonlighting.
Of course.
Yeah. I mean, he continues to do stuff all the time. Thank God.
That's like when I first moved to New York and I was working at a movie theater and Wallace Shawn came in.
Oh,
and I was like, I'm here, baby.
Totally.
I mean, I am tearing tickets for Wallace Shawn. Like, I couldn't believe it. It was so exciting.
He had dinner with some guy whose name I forget now.
Andre.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly, Wallace Shawn was an early street sighting for me, and I had the same feeling.
And it's like the people that you can't imagine see, like in some weird way you can like imagine seeing a big celebrity. Like you kind of know what, like you're like, oh, that would be huge. And seeing like these kind of like more niche celebrities who you feel some connection with is like, yeah, that somehow is way more impactful. I don't know why.
When they're huge celebrities, it just seems fake. I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I realize that that's Bill Murray, but it's like, it's Bill Murray. Everyone knows
Yeah.
that guy. It's not
Right.
fun. He doesn't know me like Wallace Shawn knows me.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, you're in their world, but like the other way around, you're like, oh my God, Wallace Shawn stepped into my life today. Like, yeah.
Right. When you only have a relationship where like they exist on a screen and suddenly they're there in real life, it is truly surreal. Because
Yeah.
like you've only had a parasocial at most relationship to them.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
having them
And now it's happening. You guys are best friends now.
No, it's like, I mean, I think the first time that happens to a person, you kind of feel like, am I tripping? Like this, like something is happening that's so out of the ordinary. This can't be right.
You're through the looking glass, man.
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was at this event last week and I texted Josh and I was like, holy shit, there's a guy here that's not who I thought he was. I was 100% convinced until I realized that is 100% no way that person is here. So I'm not going to even.
You're like, you won't believe this story. I've got crazy news.
I was in like a local chain restaurant in Los Angeles. It's kind of like a slightly healthier Chipotle. And I was like, oh my God, Tressa, I am in a restaurant with one of the actors from Fraternity Vacation.
To be fair, you said I'm having lunch with an actor.
No, I didn't say I'm having lunch with him. I said
you're lunching?
I'm having lunch in a restaurant.
Having lunch near.
It very much sounded like you were having a gentle lunch with this very famous guy from a very famous movie that we all know and love, Fraternity.
Fraternity Vacation. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What is Fraternity Vacation?
Yeah.
I think you can figure out just by the dumb
is it
title.
National Lampoon's Fraternity Vacation?
No.
They wouldn't even touch it?
It's just straight up trying to capitalize on the success of Revenge of the Nerds.
Sure.
Like it came out immediately after that.
Sure.
It's like you've got some college kids and some guaranteed frontal nudity.
Yeah.
That's the parental warning is both college kids and full frontal.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's what I think you were talking about is college co-eds.
Oh, I don't know that one.
No, it's not. It's just that for some reason, whenever there's female college students, they're always referred to as college co-eds.
Yes, they are co-eds. They are co-eds.
What? Like what year is this? Like, women being educated near men?
That's insanity.
I mean, that sounds very distracting for the men who are trying to get work done, ladies.
We apologize. Sorry.
Oh, maybe actually also more famous, but also kind of niche on the line. Very excited. I didn't even see this. Somebody had to inform me that I had walked by Neil Gaiman talking to Dave Foley.
Holy shit.
And you're like, wait, what? I was like, that was happening like feet away from me and I didn't even see it. Like, yeah. Yeah.
I want to hear that. Right? I want to hear that conversation.
Totally.
Did you come to the immersive play I used to do that he was in?
He was in it?
He and his wife did one of them.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it was fine.
Sounds great. I love that.
But no Dave Foley, unfortunately.
Do you know that Dave Foley's really into UFOs?
I did learn that recently.
I think I learned it like yesterday or today. Yeah.
Tressa's really into UFOs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or am I saying it's UAPs now?
Yeah, I don't care. It's like, who gives a shit?
Okay.
Okay.
It sounds like I got the impression UAP was like almost like a rebranding because people were like,
it's too goofy.
UFOs became like synonymous with flying saucers.
Right. It's all the same thing. You don't need to rebrand. It's all good. It's fine. It's fine, you guys. It's fine. There's a whole big thing going down in Peru, and it turned out it was just some pesky miners trying to do some Scooby-Doo thing and scare people away.
Really?
Oh my God, that's exciting.
Yeah, it was all over the news, and they were like 7-foot-tall silver men with glowing eyes. It was just a bunch of assholes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Did they get rid of the meddling kids?
Apparently, they're all dead.
Or like, was it... So wait, were they people trying to like stop a mining company from coming in, or was it a mining company trying to get rid of people trying to get in their way?
I mean, it wasn't that Scooby-Doo. I think it was just some guys are like trying to steal from a mine, maybe. I don't know. Just like a group of independent people.
That's the dumbest thing. You're gonna get so much more attention than sneak.
Well,
like if you sneak into a mine, no one's around a mine. Like who the fuck would even know? And nobody knows what's in a mine, so if you take it, no one would know that it was gone.
Right.
But if you're a 7-foot silver man with glowing eyes, a lot of people are going to be suddenly very, very interested in what's going on right by the mine.
Josh, you should be their agent because...
Right? Like, guys, think of another method. Think about erasing memories instead.
Like people are just like, I guess some aliens broke in and took all the money from the vault. Well, there's no way to catch them. They're aliens. We just have to, I guess we got to take this one on the head, guys. There's nothing we can do.
Yep. I checked the book. It says if there are aliens, do nothing.
I mean, what are we going to do? You can't arrest them. They don't abide by Earth law.
No.
Wait, what are some Earth laws that aliens should have to abide by?
Don't murder people.
Mm-hmm.
But what if like we're the perfect food source for them?
Yeah, still don't murder people.
Say, take a penny, leave a penny.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's just decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't murder. But just the golden rule. Just do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
I mean, to be fair, that's not a law here for us, so I don't know how we would enforce that.
That's true.
Once again, this podcast turns religious.
I thought we were talking about the law. What are you talking about?
The golden rule, isn't that do unto others?
I don't know. Is that in the Bible? I don't know.
It seems like a pretty universal. I would, yeah.
I don't know. Maybe not.
I think all religions have some of that, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Probably.
They should.
That seems like almost like baseline moralistic.
Right.
Yeah.
And you don't have morals unless you're religious, so obviously.
Exactly. And guys, when are we going to put up
because
more
if
of
you
those
lived
billboards in Boston? when are the three of us getting together to do that again?
We'll talk off camera. It's fine.
Yeah, I say bring back Ellis the Rim Man for sure.
I miss him.
Hey, can I get you to Google something? It's Ellis the Rim Man.
I'm just getting Pornhub. I can't help it.
A lot of Shibari.
Rim jobs. Oh, Ellis.
Are you guys sponsored by Shibari?
Yeah.
We're sponsored by Shibari and Rims. We've been we're in talks with Citgo, but we'll see.
You guys are saying it wrong. It's Sabaro.
Oh fuck, dude. That's why
really
I keep getting these calzones. Oh, god damn it.
That's a slice. Is Sparrow still open?
Oh yeah.
I'm like, are there still Sparrows?
There's an independent one that's not in a mall, right? Like,
oh, what do you mean an independent one?
I mean independent as it's not inside of a mall. It's not independent. It's like in a brick and mortar building, not
yeah, you rarely see
kiosk. I've never seen it outside of that one.
Wow. In Chicago?
Yeah. It's close to a high school, I think. Maybe that's why. I don't know.
Hey, what are each of your favorite pizza places, either where you currently live or where you come from? Or both?
Good question. All right, here, right now, is Peace in Chicago because it's the only authentic New Haven pizza in the city, or I don't know how far.
Oh, wow.
It's also, I think, partially owned by some guy in Cheap Trick. And then in New Haven,
hell yeah,
Sally's, I think, might be the best. I think. I could be wrong. There's like a handful, and as long as it's a pizza, that's where you go.
Right.
Yeah.
That's interesting. I've never been to Sally's. I have had pizza in New Haven.
So
good. Yeah, I didn't realize until recently the intensity of the New Haven pizza culture.
Oh my God. When I met my husband, he would nonstop bitch about pizza that was not just it. I'm not even talking deep dish tourist pizza, just any pizza in Chicago. He would not stop bitching about it. Why is it cut in squares? What's wrong with this crust? Etc. And then I finally had New Haven pizza, and I was like, oh, okay, I get it.
Yeah. Is he from New Haven?
Yeah. Well, he's from Milford, which is right outside.
Gotcha.
Do
you like deep dish at all?
Say that again?
Do you like deep dish at all?
Oh, sure. I love pizza. I don't give a shit. I'm not gonna...
I enjoy deep dish. I enjoy a real smutty deep dish is real good to me.
Give me that whore.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What is my favorite though? Josh, do you have fave?
I do. I have
What
favorites.
do you got?
So in New York, my favorite is Carmine's.
Yeah.
Although it seems like they might not do some of my favorites the way they used to, probably because of rising costs.
The eggplant?
The eggplant doesn't have ricotta anymore. Last time I went. And I haven't seen the spinach one in a long time either.
When you and I lived near each other, you turned me on to the Carmine's eggplant parm slice.
It's amazing.
That's a hell of a slice.
Also, they do a Caesar salad on a pizza that when you want something that's not pizza but is, it's perfect. Yeah. It's amazing.
Yeah, that somehow makes perfect sense. Oh yeah, that's nice.
And then back home in Boston, I think honestly the best place, better than anywhere in New York or Rome, is a little place in East Boston called Santarpio's that has like wood paneling and boxing
Ah,
posters from the 80s.
fuck, you know it's good.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's nice.
I was really hoping you were going to say a little place called Domino's.
It's called Papa John's.
I don't support the pizza, but I just love Papa John as a he's just what a magnetic.
So great.
He's like E.F. Hutton. When he talks, people listen.
I had in Madison, Wisconsin, there was a place called Ian's, or is a place called Ian's, which like really opened up just to cater to like college students. And so they would, but they made like a good slice, and they would make some kind of like experimental slices. They have like a, like they'll do like a mac and cheese, and they did, it's like fries.
Ian's.
And
we have Ian's.
Yeah. I think it started in Madison, but the guy like I think he actually licensed something from his college town, and he was like, let's start it in this college town market.
Nice.
And then it went from there. Anyway, pretty good. But once I was there in college, and like at the first store when they first opened up, it was a real kind of like, it had a very like college stonery sort of vibe amongst the clientele and the employees. And I went there at lunch, and they would make like experimental stuff, but they also like use like real quality ingredients. Anyway, they had
like Papa John's.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And they had a pizza, and the working there told me that the owner, Ian, told them they couldn't make it unless they bought the SpaghettiOs themselves, because he wouldn't like finance using like ingredients like that, but that they could try it and make it once if they wanted to. And I had it, and it was really good. They just use SpaghettiOs and the sauce as a base, put some cheese on top, and then like handmade meatballs. Like, it was really good. I was eating meat at the time.
Interesting. So it's not SpaghettiOs with meatballs. It's their own meatballs.
It's their own meatballs, which makes a difference. And they essentially just use SpaghettiOs as the sauce. Like, yeah, they just kind of. It was good.
I'm not opposed to putting pasta on pizza. I find it to be delightful. But I don't know about the tomato sauce from SpaghettiOs. That creeps me out.
It's kind of a watery ketchup. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it worked. But yeah, like a baked ziti.
Yeah.
Why not?
Hell yeah. Some ricotta on there.
Yeah. Oh, Sacco's in New York is a really good slice that I haven't had in a long time. We had that when we used to work together. It was it's like on like 7th or 8th and 54th.
That's not the place with the cat that would walk on the pizza, is it?
Oh yeah, it is. Oh yeah, it is. That's a good slice.
They walk in toilets that don't flush. No, thank you.
It's New York. We're all walking in toilets that don't flush.
Touché.
Oh, it's amazing. Oh, there used to be a great place in the Lower East Side called La Nona that I don't think survived the pandemic. Like every slice they served was like a work of art.
Yeah. I think I went there once. Yeah. I mean, I really like the whole array of pizza, like
the panoply. All the Olympus of pizza.
It's like there's not a style I don't think that I don't enjoy. Detroit style, sure. Like a 99-cent pizza, like that hits the spot. Like sometimes that's what you want.
That Totino's party pizza, shut the yes. I will take any pizza you hand to me. Yes.
Yeah. Certainly some is better than others, but but it all kind of depends on what you're in the mood for too.
Also, sometimes you're just like out in the middle of the night and there's like some late night, looks like it's going to be terrible place for 99 cents. And it seriously is amazing.
Yeah.
The availability is also, that's it.
Yeah.
It's when you want it. If there's a place that will give it to you. Yeah. That's wow.
Undeniable.
I feel like, well, now I think maybe I've told you this before, Josh, but when I was one time I was like running to, I think I was running to like go see an improv show or something, as you do. And I had bought a slice of pizza and was like rushing, and I was eating it on the subway platform, like waiting for the train to arrive. And I was eating it off of the paper plate, and I was like letting it kind of like drip into my mouth. And it was like a real rush job. And I wasn't feeling great about where I was at, but I looked over my shoulder, and Elijah Wood was standing on the subway platform, and he gave me a look like he was just disgusted, like just kind of like, you're not supposed to do that here, man. Like he just like shot me a look like, come on. And he was absolutely right. He was I was doing it wrong, and I met eyes with him, and I was like, I really let him down, and he's 100% right. This is really gross.
I remember that so well. It was around that same time, stepping off of that same platform onto the train, I got an equally dirty look, not because of what I was eating, but because of what I was wearing, from Fairuza Balk. She stopped her conversation mid-sentence to glare at me for my fashion crime.
Which was what?
I thought I looked nice. I was wearing leather pants, as I often am, and a button-down shirt because I was going to dinner.
I remember this. Yes, I do remember this. That's incredible.
And it's like she held the glare for so long, like she needed me to know how much she hated the way I looked.
Well, with those icy eyes, like any moment feels like an eternity, I'm sure. Oh my God.
My main question for both of you is, were you ever able to make it up to those two people?
Oh, how could I?
Not yet.
What outfit would I wear that would make it up? How could I repent sartorially?
I don't know. I mean, you gotta talk her through this.
You gotta walk down the street constantly wearing an "I'm sorry for Fairuza Balk" t-shirt until it finally is applicable.
Oh,
and
we
you'll
got
have
new
one
merch.
Apologizing to Elijah Wood. Oh my God. Yeah, guys. Check out onfiretonight.com. Check out our merch store. Onfiretonight.com has all of your merch needs, including some very fun t-shirts.
I'm sorry for Fairuza Balk. I love that you looked too goth for the girl from The Craft. It was like, no.
I mean, I had kind of a pirate look going on.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I feel like my hair might have been extra big.
So you were more new romance than goth.
Yeah. I was like a mid-career Dave Vanian.
We all know Fairuza Balk hates new romantics. She's against Blitz kids in all their forms.
Does this guy think that he's some sort of dandy highwayman? Because I hate that. I am Fairuza Balk. I hate dandy highwaymen. Allegedly.
Are we sure it was discussed? Are we sure you weren't misinterpreting her lust?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Could have been awe, jealousy.
Like, I hate how much I love the way that man looks.
Disgusted with myself.
Uh-huh.
I mean, now that you say it, that does make way more sense.
Yeah, why would she look at you with disgust unless it was with herself for being so turned on?
And what month was it that you were wearing the leather pants?
July.
I think it was in the spring. I think it was in the spring.
Spring, okay. All right, I'll take it.
Yeah, are you saying that it was too hot for leather pants?
So if I saw someone like in the August, like the sweltering subway, step in leather pants, I might be like, oof.
Leather pants do breathe.
Oh, I've
Oh,
only had fake
wow.
ones, so I can't say.
Yeah, same.
Pleather's not going to do that.
Mhm.
I'm
But
so
leather is
sad.
just, I guess it's just skin. Yeah, sure.
I had to throw away some really nice shiny vinyl pants that I had for a long time. They were just they didn't survive.
What? Say more?
Yeah,
Oh,
what?
They didn't survive.
I had these amazing metallic red vinyl pants that are, like fit me like a glove. My ass looked amazing.
Oh, I think I might have seen you in these.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now you
Yeah.
know the ones. Now
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
the ones.
Oh, the ass pants. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, those ass pants. I think just the like metallic outer coating flakes off over time. And so I hadn't worn them in years, and I took them out, and it was like the stuff was it was all over everything around it, and it just had to go.
Kind of beauty is not meant to last.
So true. That was the disgust Firuza Balk was probably feeling. She was mourning my inevitable decline in death. Something so perfect cannot remain.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what Elijah Wood was thinking as he watched you.
Right.
He looked like he was thinking about me dying. He seemed okay with it.
Yeah,
he was so right. It was, yeah.
How much do you think you were just projecting your own fears and anxieties, and he was thinking about something completely unrelated?
20%. I think a moderate amount, like a non-zero amount, but most of it was him like just seeing a really gross guy on the subway platform who happened to be me.
No one that knows you would describe you that way.
Well,
no one
doesn't know me. He caught me in a really gross moment. I was being a gross person on the subway, and I deserved some scorn, and I just didn't think it was going to come from, famed.
I feel like there's more to this.
North.
I feel like there's more to this pizza eating than we're getting. Like, what exactly were you doing to this pizza?
It was just eating it really quickly, and it was like grease coming down, like plate up here, grease just kind of sliding down the face, like just an unnecessary, just a bad.
All right, I didn't know about literal grease on the face. That's pretty.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be doing it on the platform like that. It's just not right. It's like clipping your nails on the subway or something. Like it's just like
it's not the same level. That's not the same.
It's not the same level, but it is this thing where you're just like, look, we gotta have rules down here.
Right.
Like we gotta look out for each other.
And first of all, you were on the platform, not the train.
That's true. That's slightly better.
Second of all, it was a slice of pizza, not like a fucking box of fried chicken.
Yeah, you see a lot of wings, a lot of wing bones on the subway.
It's upsetting.
Yeah. Do you get this on the L in Chicago?
I don't know. I refuse to take the train. I don't like it at all. And I'm in the suburbs now, so I have no reason to. Well, I actually do because it's right there, but I still. And
Which Chicago suburbs are you in?
Berwyn. World famous Svengoolie call out.
Svengoolie, yeah. That was his doing Goulardi doing Parma. Yeah.
Doing's John Zackerly.
Doing John Zackerly. But did Zackerly like call out some small town?
Maybe not. Maybe not.
See, like Trenton or something. I don't know.
You worked on a project that maybe you can't talk about. That was about horror hosts.
Oh yeah, I just wrote like a pilot of my own that was about a horror host, like a fictional horror host in Wisconsin. So I'm just like fascinated by that world. It's so
absolutely.
In
I,
high
I
school.
recently visited Vampira's grave.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it in Hollywood forever?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I've never been. It seems cool. I'd like to go.
it has some adornments from people who've left stuff there, like a rubber bat and some plastic flowers and stuff.
Yeah. Man.
Okay, I want to hear about your guys's too, but in Omaha, when I was a little tiny baby, there was a
Oh
guy
my
named
God. Yes.
Sanguary. Like it, I don't. The name made no sense. I mean, as a name,
Sanguary.
yeah.
It's pretty
And
tortured, but I love it.
yeah, and he just looked like kind of like a zombie mad scientist. I don't know. It was weird.
Wait,
And
wait. Was it Sangu Harry or
mm-mm,
Larry?
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Because there was Sammy Terry.
Nope, it wasn't them.
Cemetery. Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I could be getting it. This is the 70s, so I don't.
No, this checks out.
And as a very small child, obsessed with that. But then in high school, I found out one of my good friend's boyfriend's mom was the fake Elvira of the local station. Oh.
Yes.
That's
Oh my
awesome.
God.
Yeah. I mean, they hadn't done that in years by that time, but I still was like, holy fuck, I have so many questions. Tell me everything about this. And they're like, it's so embarrassing. Because high school.
No, it isn't.
Right.
No.
I mean, I guess if that was your mom, you might be like, oh,
Right.
but I think it's so cool.
Me too.
Did you ever see anything that she did?
I used to watch it. Like, it was her on some, like, Victorian couch with long brown hair. And, like, it was very much, what's the idea? It was a knockoff of Elvira, basically.
Yeah, that's great.
I
Or
mean,
vampire-
Elvira
a
is
vampire,
basically
yeah,
doing
yeah,
like
yeah.
Borscht Belt comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
And I say Elvira because that's the first one that comes to mind, but it was more of a vampire thing where it's just like, she wasn't funny. She was just introducing stuff.
Oh, okay.
Right. Was she like trying to be funny, or was she?
I don't think
Or she
so.
was like
I mean,
doing like a spooky. Yeah.
this was me in like grade schools when this aired, and I don't remember her trying to be funny at all, just like kind of spooky. And I was all for it.
So cool.
But
Yeah,
I
how come
could be
the
totally
Crypt Keeper
wrong.
never tried to be sexy?
That's a great question, Josh.
Because he didn't have to try. He is naturally.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
don't-
That's right. You're right.
Yeah. Okay.
You're
Great. It's a riddle, right? It was.
Yes. You pass. You can go.
right.
All right, tell me about your guys's. I want to hear about your childhood horror creature feature, guys.
Well, we didn't really have a great one in Madison when I was growing up, but I got into uh, Grandpa Munster hosted like a syndicated show where he would show monster movies, and they would do it after Saturday morning cartoons when I was in like elementary school. And so like I would get done with my lineup of Saturday morning cartoons, and then he would pop on, and he would like introduce like the kind of like mid-range Godzilla movies, and I loved it. Like that was incredible to me. And it turns out that actor is Al Lewis, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Al Grandpa Lewis.
It sounds like he's like a really cool, like he was kind of like he was like a card-carrying socialist.
Yeah.
Was kind of this like, yeah, just like this very cool, like kind of like radical, yeah.
Yeah, he's run for office a bunch.
Yeah, I remember
I don't think he's alive anymore.
I don't think so. But then again, he could always come back.
Yeah, in Boston when I was a kid, we didn't have like a host like that, but we had Creature Double Feature, and then we had Creature Feature followed by Kung Fu Theater.
Hell yeah.
And occasionally they would like air like host raps from other markets with people like Goulardi or other folks, but it wasn't like a dedicated thing.
I'm surprised Boston didn't have their own.
It would have been good, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they did in like the 60s or so. Maybe.
There was there were hosts on UHF channels that would like introduce different movies, but they weren't character-y like that.
Oh yeah.
They were like
Just
regular real
newscasters.
people host type dudes.
Yeah.
Not exactly newscasters, but like that intermediary level where it's like, maybe this is just like a guy who works at the station that like
Gets coffee.
they all think is like good for this.
You're weird.
Not even weird. Like he's sort of like, I don't know, an authoritative guy that would introduce them.
Yeah, it's such a cool form. I really like wish that it would. I mean, I guess like there are some people who are doing it, but it also like belongs so much to like broadcast media.
Yeah.
Like it has it has to come on your TV in a way.
Yeah.
There's something really fun about that too. Like you have to, somebody like being like making you feel not alone while you're watching something.
Yes.
It really belongs to a different time, but I think it's so cool.
Yeah. Does Mystery Science Theater 3000, does that format like work outside of broadcast?
I mean, they've done a couple seasons on Netflix and stuff. I think
for sure.
Yeah, it kind of does in some way. Yeah.
It's definitely not the same, but yeah.
That when I was in high school in Madison, there was like Mystery Science Theater 3000 started in Minnesota, and I think maybe even before it was like had gone, maybe this was when I was in middle school or something. Anyway, before MST3K went like nationwide, like a local ripoff of it in Madison, Wisconsin too. Where like we have a local pizza chain, which is good pizza, and I would recommend Rocky Rococo. But the guy who hosted that, one of the guys who started that played a character named Rocky Rococo, who was like an over-the-top pizza salesman, and he was kind of like dressed like a gangster for some reason.
Because he's Italian.
Yeah, exactly. It's a real messy stereotype situation. But he
Gabe, you see an Italian in a suit and you think gangster.
Well, Josh, how else do they afford the suit? Let's be honest.
Wow.
I mean, let's call it what it is, okay?
Damn.
He's off to play in the Philharmonic. That's a violin in the violin case, not a Tommy gun.
But yeah, I think Rocky Rococo hosted his own fake Mystery Science Theater 3000, nice. Which I also watched a lot of.
Oh yeah. I
that sounds super fun. I want to see that now.
Like, somebody must have it.
And it aired on TV. It wasn't like a live in Rocky Rococo's.
No, it aired on TV. Yeah, the Rocky Rococo's did have a theater. One of their locations did have a really big movie screen. Yeah,
that's pretty cool. I went to the first ever. I don't even think they exist, but. Mystery Science Theater convention.
Whoa, yeah.
Where was it?
Minnesota. Where else?
Of course.
In the Twin Cities. That sounds fun.
It was weird.
I'm sure.
It was more than I was expecting, I think.
In what way?
You know how you get fans and they take things to a whole other level and
the Gabe holes, yeah.
Yes, exactly. You know.
Oh yeah.
They're not the Gabe holes. They are in the Gabe hole.
Josh, they have adopted Gabe holes. Just let them have it.
Okay. Shout out to the Gabe holes.
But it was just like too much fandom.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I was a huge super fan, and then I was like, I don't want to be a super fan.
It's an interesting thing when you start to be like, oh, I don't want to have this much in common with these people.
Yeah.
Even though you're like, fundamentally, we have a lot of the same stuff like that we're interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, anytime I have found myself as part of a fandom, I've had to look around and like be like, what the fuck, man? How did I end up here? Over and over in my life, like everything, pretty
Yeah.
much everything.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Examples. Name 3.
Yeah.
Um, okay. So like for music, I grew up in like the punk and hardcore scene, and it's like I'd look around the room at like, a show and be like, oh fuck, how did I get in this room full of skinheads by choice?
Skinheads. One.
2.
Two. So a couple I've been lucky enough to see Guns N' Roses in concert twice. I saw them when I was 12 when they opened for Aerosmith, and it was amazing. And then years later, like 20 years ago, I saw them on the first Chinese Democracy tour. And
Is it a Buckethead tour?
Buckethead instead of Slash, which is just a crime. I mean, honestly, when they play the newer stuff, it's like, okay, this is like a different thing. Just let it be what it is. But then like Axl puts on sort of Axl as a young man drag, and it doesn't work. It's like, you just should be the man that you are today, not try to be whatever. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is I looked around at like this devolved scene of humanity, and I was like, oh, I forget sometimes because I hate irony that I actually hate the real more.
Oh.
2.
Yeah.
Skinheads, irony.
Again, I mean, it's the same thing over and over again. I went to see the reunited Misfits play, and it's just the same thing. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah,
that's 3.
Yeah, that's 3. That's it. I mean, it's kind of the same thing over and over again, though. It's almost as though someone kindly erased my memory, but I kept making the same choices nonetheless.
I'm sorry.
The Misfits, that seems like I would love to see a Misfits show, but I don't really want to be.
I mean, their music is so fun and so joyous, and it's schlock. Like like literally Jerry and Doyle did a thing where they were doing like monster movie hosting, like before they rejoined officially with Glenn Danzig. I don't know if you ever saw any of that. You can see some of it online for sure. But like they were trying to do like an Elvira sort of thing where they're making jokes, and like it fits with their brand, their brand is horror, but also silly. Anyway,
famous monsters. Yeah.
Well, that's later days. I'm
a big Weird Al fan.
Of course,
Josh, as you know,
we've been to Weird Al concerts multiple times together.
Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's a crowd that I occasionally am like, whoa, weird. But then for the most part, it's a pretty good crowd. It's like
awesome.
It's a lot of like nerdy white men for sure, predominantly, but there's something relatively kind about it, and they're at least pretty benign, like and it's nice to see like different generations of like nerdy kids who like found it at different times, and then like parents there with their nerdy kids, and it's just nice. I like it overall.
I love the idea of just watching a bunch of little kids with afro wigs and like Hawaiian shirts and little fake mustaches. So cute.
Yeah.
Did you guys, I'm sure you both saw when somebody came out with a pictorial UHF porn parody?
No.
It was like a decade ago.
Yeah, I vaguely remember this. Yeah.
Send me a link.
Speaking of weird fandoms, I recently went to 2 back-to-back Fish concerts with my brother, who's a huge Fish fan.
Family's over.
I'm gonna have to cut this short.
Standing. It's been a long-standing issue where I've never enjoyed, but like he was in Philadelphia for work and he was going to go see Two Nights of Fish. I was like, that's an hour and a half train ride from me. I'm not working. Let's do this. So I went and it was very fun. And
do they have to play in Philadelphia over and over because it's a PH and a PH?
I think so. I believe so. Yeah. But that fandom is like, yeah, not anything I would want to be deep into, though my brother and sister-in-law really are. But I will say that was also like it was also a sea of white people, and but they were also really, the most part, like very, very pleasant to each other. Like there was like a big kind of crush to get through the gates, and my like kind of New York anxiety suddenly spiked, and I was like, we have to get through those gates. We got to find a way to like, and everyone was just being so chill and like being really decent with each other. And like, I was like, oh, that is nice. Like this kind of like, you don't get that everywhere. There were people with like shirts that said like 200th show, and everyone was just going, great, that's amazing, guys. Like it was pretty wild.
I don't want to see anyone for 200 times.
Well, wait, like, did you feel like it won you over?
I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
That's great.
I would never, like, it's not a band that I would ever probably listen to on my own. But like, I feel like if you go with somebody who's like really into it, it was really fun. It was, I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
That's awesome. I'm really happy for you. I would love to be able to access that myself. Like, I don't want to hate things.
I didn't know if it was going to happen for me, but it did. It did.
That's great.
That's how I want to experience an insane Clown Posse show.
Yes. Oh my God. 100%. I want to access that level of joy. Like,
right.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it can happen.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, I feel like we all, in sort of like the way that Bill and Ted united humanity, like the ICP song Miracles kind of united humanity.
It did. It did. It really did kind of transcend like understanding, but also like irony. Like it was both ironic and not. Like it was like, oh, it was.
And Gabe already knows that I am a total juggalo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was wondering if we were going to get there. Many years ago, Josh, I don't, yeah, we were on the street. I just remember Josh, oh, I'm a total juggalo.
Were you wearing leather pants and like a white flowy button up?
I think it was a flowy button up.
In my head it is, Josh.
I wish.
You might have been wearing like tartan pants. That was the other move at the time.
Maybe. Oh yeah, I did have those plaid madras pants.
Yeah, man. You sure did.
I didn't realize my butt looked so good in them. Guys, we're going to have to wrap it up. That's all the time we have for this episode, unfortunately. But come back for more. We'll have more.